This is the Monday, July 27th, 2020 edition of the Dark Illumination Report podcast. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I don't think I'm going to be starting an online community anytime soon. And I'm going to give you the reasons for that up next on the show.
This is a Dark Illumination Report Extra with RJ Womack.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the podcast. As always, I'm RJ Womack, aka Brother Nero, your friendly neighborhood diabolist. And this is the Dark Illumination Report podcast, the podcast where we promote the serious worship of Satan as a serious faith and way of life. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I'm not going to be starting an online community anytime soon. I've received requests from people to start an online community, or they've made some indication that they're interested in that. And while I do understand it, and I do actually have a domain name set aside for a community, and I did start one up not too long ago, I decided that it really isn't the type of thing I want to do. The whole point of this ministry is to get people involved and to get people to actively do something. And if you start a community, all that's going to happen is it's going to turn into another Facebook type group, and people are going to chit chat and they're going to socialize and they're going to post memes and they're going to hail Satan here and there, but nothing's ever going to get done. And that's not what I want to encourage. I want to encourage people to be people of action. I want to encourage people to be passionate about their faith. I want to encourage people to actively get involved and fight the battle for our faith and our way of life, and to give ourselves a voice and let people know that we're out there. I'm tired of the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan being the voice of Satanism. I'm tired of people acting like we don't exist. I'm tired of us not doing things for our community. And I just don't think the way that we do that is by creating basically what's the equivalent of another Facebook group. If you go to any Facebook group, if you go to any social media site, most of them are useless, because what people do is they talk about shit that doesn't matter. They talk about stuff that is not about doing anything. And I think if you create one of these social media gathering spots, all it does is give people the sense that they're doing something when they're actually not. And I don't want to encourage people by giving them just another spot to pretend like they're actually doing something for Satanism. It gives people the false sense that they're a part of something when they're not actually achieving much of anything at all. And so I want to discourage people from getting that false sense and try to encourage them to actually do some stuff. Even if you use social media, I want it to be for actual activity. Like, for example, let's say we decide to do some charity event. Let's say we decide to donate something to poor people. We can organize that through social media, but that's not all we do. And you know what I mean? It's not the point of the social media is not to get together and chit chat and post memes up. It's actually to do some actual work. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm like that is because we don't really have people doing work for the community. We don't have people in this religion acting like real priesthood. Oh, they throw the title around, and oh, they say, I'm high priest of this, I'm high priest of that, or I'm high priestess of this, high priestess of that, and I'm part of this group and I'm part of that group. When you look at what they actually do, it's a fucking Facebook group with a meme on it. And that's what they do. There's not very many real satanic groups or real diabolist groups out there. And what I want to do is hopefully eventually make this into a ministry that is an offline presence and is known for being a group that does shit. And so if it seems like I'm kind of harsh, or I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of disenfranchised or whatever, I am. I despise what our religion has become. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. And I just want to let you know, also, I got dogs barking in the background, so I apologize for that. But I also want to let you know a hurricane is coming, so I may not be able to post daily for a few days because my power may go out. The place where I live, the power goes out and the internet goes out very easily. It goes out during most thunderstorms. So if you don't hear from me for a while, it's probably directly because of the hurricane that's coming. We have a category 1, which is not a big deal. But like I said, I have the type of place where the power goes out in a good thunderstorm and the internet goes out. So It's just where I live is not, the wiring is not very good. So I anticipate being without power for at least 6 to 12 hours at minimum, if not more, depending on how bad the storm actually is, but when it gets here. So I just want to let you know that before I close this episode. Take care, everybody. May Satan be with you. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Illumination Report podcast. For the latest news headlines, show information, and more, go to rjwomack.com. That's rjwomack.com.